sent out to punt. Fielded at about the 28. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Pollard again. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Pollard. And he goes diving forward to try to get an extra yard or 2. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the 35 on 2nd down, Wentz eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Here's Wentz to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Rolling to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And some space here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 86 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Going to run again here with Pollard. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
Touchdown! Jalen Tolbert from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Marr now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Steps away. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will be brought down be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run left with Pollard. And a pretty nifty hurdle there before he's brought down. 91 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to run forward with Pollard, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A first down throw for Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Prescott now from the 50. Forced out to his left. Open man is Noah Brown. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Oh, he's got some. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
27, check back, 27. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz flush to his right. Here's a diving catch right side. Winston Johnson, your connection there for the Commander first. On play action, Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott being chased out left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Fourth down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A give up the middle to Gibson. They find some open field here. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Dak. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now again here to Pollard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now here's Pollard. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.